Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This video is part 2 of my hot pepper planting day. Let's get into it. In part 1, I planted the majority of my peppers in the back garden, utilising in-ground and raised garden beds and existing pots. A week later, and after a couple of rainy days, the newly planted seedlings are doing well. The seedlings that were scalded by the sudden hot temps last week are showing signs of new growth, which is promising. Unfortunately, 3 seedlings died, but I was able to replace them as I had plenty of spares of the same varieties in my greenhouse. Within the space of half an hour of filming, it went from hot and sunny to thunderstorms and rain, back to sunny and reaching a max of 98 degrees right up until 6:30 p.m. It was a very hot day. It was now time to prepare the long garden bed at the front. There are 2 main sections, the left and right of the central large donut peach tree. As you can see, these were full of weeds and parsley that I had to remove in order to make way for the incoming hot pepper seedlings. After using my hand tiller to aerate the soil and remove the weeds, the right corner of the garden bed was slightly sunk in, so I backfilled with a bag of garden soil to level it out. You're probably thinking, why is there a small spot of the garden bed with soil and the rest covered in topsoil? That's because earlier in the year when the season finished, from left to right, I added a layer of organic compost and then topped off the majority of the garden bed with topsoil that was left over from a family member's newly built house. The addition of the topsoil raised the soil level to come 2 inches from the top of the bed wall. As I tilled the soil, the topsoil also mixed in with the existing soil and organic matter at the bottom, which will also improve drainage. After a lot of hard work and elbow grease, the garden bed was ready for planting. And here is what the left side looks after planting. I have also added marigolds to deter aphids and portulacas to aid in pollination. And as a bonus, they look pretty. The overwintered yellow Ricotta plant is in its 2nd year and it continues to thrive and grow. Whilst it's not the hottest pepper, I love it because where I am in Adelaide, it flowers and produces pods all year round. And to complete the garden bed, the highlight, returning this summer, is what I like to call my Bay of Bacchitums. Several fruity ahi varieties which gave bumper crops in this section last season, which I hope will repeat this season. I was given this beautiful pot by a friend a couple of months ago, so I decided to give it a clean, place it out the front, and you guessed it, reserve it for one of my pepper seedlings. As you can see, this pot has a large drainage hole, so to avoid potting mix going out underneath the pot, I add some folded shade cloth to the bottom, and something different from previous seasons, I'm using 3 rocks to hold the cloth in place. All that's left to do is fill it up with the potting soil, and for this pot I'm using premium potting mix with extra perlite. I decided to plant a goat's weed seedling in this pot, also known as a black cobra. The goat's weed is a capsicum annum, but has furry looking stems, which obviously confused me because at first glance I thought it was a pubescence. Here it is accompanied by some pretty portulacas. I also decided not to change much from last season as I had very good yields in general. So I'm continuing to grow the Osbrain Killer 1 and Osbrain Killer 2 varieties in the same pots as last season. Along the fence line, I topped up existing pots with potting mix and added another pot to complete the front. I will go into further detail on each variety in a future video. You'll also notice the concrete is slightly pale. That's because my final job for this weekend was to pressure clean algae off of the concrete that accumulated over winter. As you can see, it really makes a difference. Finally, let's check in on the greenhouse. I have installed a white shade cloth to help repel some of the direct sunlight. Even with the roof vent and door open, it was still 107 degrees Fahrenheit or 42 degrees C inside the greenhouse today. Here is what's left of my seedlings. I still have a few that I want to keep, which I will grow inside the greenhouse along with my basil. The rest will be given away to family and friends. That wraps up part 2 of my pepper planting day video. If you like this video, please leave a comment, like and subscribe to my channel, as I will continue to keep you updated on all of the plant's progress throughout the growing season. Thanks for watching. I'll see you same chilli time, same chilli channel.